Hey everybody, welcome to Vortex. I am Jack, this is Daxter. Alright, so today on our episode 2, episode 2, we decided now we're going to take a couple of the games that we have both got in our collection, what we've enjoyed, what we've played, maybe somewhat finished.
Yes, 100% maybe.
Just to give you an overview of what we enjoyed, maybe if you haven't picked up these titles, or maybe you felt like you don't know what next to play, even if it's an older game, something that may possibly take your interest.
Yeah.
Alright, so do you want to start off or must I start off?
I think you can start off. Yeah. What have you got there?
Yeah. Alright, so for my first one, I've got Tomb Raider 2 on the PlayStation 1. Alright, so now this was my first Tomb Raider that I actually owned.
Do you still have it in your collection?
I have this in my collection, I do have this. So it was my first Tomb Raider I ever owned. I did play the first Tomb Raider, which we actually do have in store as well.
Yes.
But I was very young at the time.
Wasn't it difficult though?
It had 10 controllers. So it was it's not what we know today to run around freely and just like move.
Camera swing around.
It was very Resident Evil style in the sense of walk, stop, if you want to push back, she'll jump back. It was something to get used to, but obviously one of the first games that set that kind of genre.
Yes.
So it actually took me, I was very young, but it actually took me I think about a week to get out of the first stage. It's just... And the reason was that I just didn't know what to do. It was so simple. It was kill the target at the bottom, run to the one side, climb up the ledge. But I couldn't see the ledge.
Yeah, there's no Google, so you could just be like, quick.
There was nothing like it back in the day. There was what was it, cheatcc.com.
Cheat Code Central.
That's a Cheat Code Central. You used to have to try go into the walkthrough, see what the hell was going on if you got stuck.
I remember that.
But this is also one of the first ones where she actually she got to drive vehicles, so boats and bikes and I think snowmobiles and stuff like that. But very enjoyable game.
Great old graphics compared to the old ones.
It was slightly. Actually, what's quite cool about this is if you're actually playing the new Tomb Raider, the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they actually give you the skins.
Oh really?
In the game. So what you do is in the game you can actually play as Tomb Raider from Dark Angel. Dark Angel?
I think it's Dark Angel.
Dark Angel. Yeah. So you got that skin, you got Tomb Raider 1, Tomb Raider 2 skin, and then Tomb Raider 2 with the bomber jacket on. And actually you can put that onto it and play with that. It's pretty different because you actually get to see it. They've done it in the blocky style as well, so it's also very cool. So that's my first take on the game. So okay, so you're next. What is first on your list?
So on my list, I'm gonna go with Assassin's Creed 2. Not specifically starting with this one, but it's the ones we have installed at the moment. But yeah, with Assassins, I remember you lending me the first one like on my PS3. Actually, it was like I just got my PS3, and it's actually the first game I played on my PS3 was Assassin's Creed 1.
Okay.
So yeah, going into the play game, it was open world and enjoying it, and really got stuck into it after I played the first one. I was like, this is so awesome. And then picked up the second one. And ever since then it's just like Assassin's Creed one after the other.
What did you enjoy about the second
one? So this one specifically, what I enjoyed, one is because they introduced people like Leonardo da Vinci and that kind of thing with all these creations, these like artwork.
So kind of like making the people of yesteryears actually a part of the syndicate thing. So giving them like a different kind of like what if story.
Yes.
What if they were a part of that?
Cool to actually learn a bit of history part of it. I know you play games and stuff, but like I'm a big fan of Leonardo da Vinci as well.
There was actually a meme saying with all the Assassins games saying best history teacher ever.
Yes, which is true. It makes it actually entertaining, to learn about. And what's cool about this one is, we've got the collector's edition as well.
That's right.
Ezio, which is very nice.
And you've got a couple of Ezio statues.
Oh, plenty. That's really cool going on.
And there's changing costumes in this one as well. You could change between, I think it was a white and a black one.
Yes, that's a job. I think they've moved on though to the third one, isn't it? It's a part of the third one.
It could be.
Yeah, because there was also a part of the colour change as well. Job, really awesome.
But the first time they actually introduced on this game, which was actually quite cool, was the first time is actually going to merchants and buying things.
Yes.
So it was the start of the change of how everything started with Assassin's Creed.
Evolution of
and it's gone. Now, if you compare this Assassin's Creed to like Origins or Odyssey, it's not the same game.
No, the game has slightly evolved.
It has evolved. I think it's got more RPG style to me, which I'm not a big fan of RPGs. if I want to go fight a guy, I want to go fight a guy now. I don't want to wait until I'm level 45 and he's level 45. So that's sometimes what I feel is a bit frustrating for me.
Yeah.
I want to try my luck. Because if I'm good enough,
try anyway.
If I'm good enough on my skills and my controller and get my character around dodging and attacking, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel that's way with Odyssey and Origins is I feel like it's a little bit restricting because that guy touches you once and you're like,
yeah, that's what you did.
You did. So there's no point. But awesome game. I love that.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah.
Alright.
So what you got next there, bro?
Okay, so now this is actually controversial because not everybody likes this game. Yeah. I enjoyed it. So what it is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Okay. Now the reason why people didn't like this game is because it has the name Resident Evil. They're expecting survival horror. It's not.
Yeah.
Okay. What I liked about this game was the fact that you've got to see what it was like from Umbrella's side of things. They were trying to say, okay, well, this has happened. We need to send in a team. So from that point of view and getting that story, already you see it's not going to be a survival horror. This is going to be action.
Yes, but can't you select your teammates though? Like
you
one
could,
is like a medic and something like that.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Teammates,
Yes.
exactly which teammates you wanted with you, who was good at what.
Backup. Yeah.
And that's what I enjoyed about it. It was going in and shooting the crap out of everything.
Style, like army style, get in there.
Running gun.
Yeah.
Running gun, pick up things, shoot things. But I enjoyed it because they actually linked Resident Evil 2 story in this.
Okay, it's like in city, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a job.
So you can actually, you find either Leon or Claire, depending which one I think you wanted to do. You can find either one of them at the end. But you actually get to see, I think in one scene, you actually get to see from Resident Evil 2 the truck when it crashes and separates Leon and Claire.
Oh, is that beginning part of Resident Evil where they're walking through like that walkway to the front of Raccoon City?
Yes. Okay. So that truck when it crashes, so you actually get to see that in this gameplay, which I thought was very cool because they're actually linking the games together to say this is a survival horror side if you're playing Resident Evil 2, but this is the action side of Resident Evil 2 you never got to see.
Yeah.
And I don't think Umbrella's going to be running around there going, I need a stealth to survive when when they've got the weapons and stuff to actually deal with it. So yeah, my game.
Good. And what's cool, I think we both do is Nick did a really cool figure. One of the characters.
His name's Vector.
Vector, that's the job.
Yeah.
You guys can maybe see that guy sort of like in the middle there. Yeah, that's
really cool. We actually both got
yes, they both got that one.
Yeah, we do.
That's pretty cool.
We do.
Yeah.
All right, yours next up.
Okay, so continue sort of like the PS3 era was Infamous. It was a really cool game, I think. Sort of like introducing a different sort of gameplay. And I think also, you know,
it was
also part of like the open world genre, which I thought was really cool. I enjoy open world games. Mostly. And yeah, this is a cool way of introducing sort of like the powers that characters have.
And that's the nice thing about the two powers you had. You could either be a villain or you could be a hero.
That's a joke.
You could choose from either one way or the other. What did you want to do? And either thing affected the other. So if you were trying to be good and you killed someone by accident, that would actually affect your score.
Yes, your bar would likely move over.
That's right. And if you're trying to do bad and you did something good, the bar would actually up and increase. So it was actually quite cool to actually see that. Different, I think, at the time. No one was.
Well, this something that's cool, very similar to this. Like you actually, the way you climb the buildings, it was like you could just go anywhere.
And then first time you open up the thing where you float, and you got to hit the buttons.
Joy as well. You could actually like surf like the power lines.
Yeah,
and just like the train rails, just cruise wherever you need to go.
That's right, because you had electricity.
Yes, yeah, which was really cool game.
We've actually both had the statues of the Infamous 2. Was it Infamous 2?
Yes, that's a joke. You got the backpack.
The backpack.
Yes, that's pretty cool.
Which is also very cool. Because we love our collectors.
Yeah. But this is, I think, quite an interesting game for PS3 and what they started, coming from PS2.
And then obviously you've got second one, and then you've got Second Son. Second Son, and then the First Light came out.
Yeah.
And First Light was about that girl that was in Second Son. They focused on her story.
Just got cool powers and all that stuff.
It was, because it's been a while since the last Infamous game had been done. It was done in actually the beginning run of PlayStation 4. But I felt the game was a little bit shorter.
Yeah, it was a bit shorter.
Second Son was a good game, but I just felt it kind of lost the story of him. It was completely gone now. It was the aftermath after what happened in the first two games.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the character, this person I enjoyed.
Yes, this was pretty awesome. Huh?
Yep. Alright.
Yeah,
So, Aha, we're hitting it old school now. Alright, so what we got is Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega. I almost said Dreamcast. Sega Mega Drive. Yes. Alright, I played the original Mortal Kombat in arcades. Alright. I wasn't really young, so I was really not good at it.
I'm not good at this.
So, this I got, my mom bought this for me when I was about maybe 10 or 11. My mom got this one for me because I really wanted Mortal Kombat, I just loved it. And it was based on a sense of, I love it because it had the yellow ninja, the red ninja, and the green ninja, you know, so I loved it back then, that type of characters. But what I loved about it is I have the code memorized. So in this game, if you go through to the start menu and you put a code in, you can turn invincibility on, you can turn blood on and off. So that code is back, down, back, forward, back, forward, forward. And that code is stuck in my head forever because I used to use it because this game was so ridiculously hard that Shao Kahn at the end was ridiculously hard to kill. So I'd make it all the way to Shao Kahn and I'd die. I'd make it all the way and I'd die.
Does this have fatalities?
No, that's not fatalities. This also had the beginning of friendships as well.
Friendships.
Okay. So like if you can see there, so it shows everybody there. That's a friendship. So like the disco ball would come down and then Liu Kang would start dancing. So it was like a friendship instead of killing you.
Okay, wow.
It was something different. Not a lot of characters, but obviously sometimes the first characters that I've seen different from the first one, like Baraka, makes his first appearance in Mortal Kombat 2. So I enjoyed it, loved it, played this for hours and hours and hours. Yeah. What you got?
Cool. So moving a little bit backwards, we got from PlayStation 2 era. Resident Evil 4. So this I really enjoyed.
It was a good game.
It was awesome. It was more sort of action packed instead of slow horror like Silent Hill, you know, old Resident Evil. Where you only got so much ammo and that's it. This was ammo for days and you could just run and gun and shoot zombies.
This was like the first change for Resident Evil from Nemesis, which was on still PlayStation 1. They went to PlayStation 2, Resident Evil 4 got released, and this actually game's changed a lot of the things for future games going forward with over-the-shoulder camera now, being shooting. So this is actually a cause of a lot of games to be the reason why they are the way they are, because of this game today.
This game was truly awesome.
What's the
beginning?
Wasn't there also this one you had to shoot the icons? That was the first start of it. I remember when we played Resident Evil 5 together. You said you had to get these things, you had to shoot them. I was
like little collectibles, like the umbrella, or is it
some icon?
Yeah, so coins or something like that. Some emblems or it was really cool. And obviously Wesker inside you. I think it's the start of Wesker inside this one.
I don't know because I haven't played it yet.
I haven't played it yet.
I've got it, but I haven't played it yet.
It was really awesome. I truly enjoyed this.
What I know about this one was is that what everybody said was that the first time that actually took zombies out and they replaced it with people. Okay. So the people were, some of them were, I don't know, infected by something else. I think it's set in some weird town in Europe.
Resident Evil 5 is the one in Africa.
That's right. Resident Evil 5 is Africa.
Yeah, that's correct. Awesome game though.
That is, I've actually got the remake on PlayStation 4.
Okay.
I haven't played it yet.
Actually to replay this again. Catch up on this, but jump.
But one of Capcom's greatest.
Yes, definitely.
And we also got this installed, and it's also a collector's title.
That's a jump.
Collectible. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Something different now. Also PlayStation 2 era. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Everybody says that one is like.
Okay, so now I know that, what is the other one? The Grand Theft?
San Andreas.
Yes, San Andreas. I know San Andreas outsold and sold the most.
Yes.
But for me, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, I preferred it. This was because it was very 80s. Because of the time and era when I was born. The music on here and what you play, the cars, the bikes, the type of environment, the type of settings, but you know, it's kind of like that Miami kind of feel to it.
Miami Vice.
Basically, and you know the way the guys used to dress, you know, like Miami Vice, they used to wear those loud kind of t-shirts and pants, and I just enjoyed the game.
A lot of people said because of that, I think the whole 80s style of gaming made Vice sort of the better Grand Theft out of the sort of like PS2 section.
Yes, and there used to be actually quite a funny thing. I remember you find a katana sword
Really?
Yeah, you can go and chop people. I used to run around the beach and just chop people. Just for fun. But yes, you got the old Ferrari Testarossa looking vehicle, you got the old Lamborghini Countach looking vehicle in there. So that's what I enjoyed, but the music part of it was...
the epic that made the actual game.
Absolutely.
Enjoyable.
So yeah, that's my pick for today. One of my top 5. And your last one?
So the last one I have here, sort of more new gen, PS4 God of War. Yes. So yeah, this is a game that I recently played and finished. Really good. It's not like the old God of Wars. It's not. But you know what made this I feel like really awesome is like it's brought in like how can I say, the visuals. Like something like, the newer games have been doing where you see these beautiful sceneries.
Especially when you get to see what's the world serpent.
Yes, that's what.
You get to see the world serpent, that's actually quite hectic.
And I think, as you kind of get to appreciate the game, yes, the game is not as fast-paced, action, slashing, spinning swords, although you do get it later, it does get slightly a bit better.
But that's what I had an issue with, coming from God of War 1 and 2 and 3, and then this being released, coming out.
Yes.
I kind of struggled with it in the beginning because it wasn't God of War to me.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It wasn't God of War in the sense of I'm jumping, I'm slashing. I mean, jump is gone. You can't jump anymore, which is crazy. For me, I'm just feeling like I need that kind of God of War. It took me a while to get into it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, once I did, I also.
Yeah, it was
I
really
enjoyed it.
And I'm actually quite keen to see what's going to happen. Going forward.
They did announce that they're going to be making a second one.
Yeah, so I mean, especially the way this one sort of ends, it's quite keen to see how they're going to continue with the story.
I'm thinking PS5 for the new one.
Yeah, I think so too. But definitely, if you don't have it, it's worth getting.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I love that game as well.
Awesome, man.
But sometimes, I don't know, you would... Boy. I don't know about that.
Angry father issues.
Alright, so, well, they actually did call that the Father Simulator 2018.
Yeah, in case you don't know how to be a dad, they got it for.
Yeah, just boy. Alright, so this is actually, we both agreed on this one for our last one, and that is also a new gen Uncharted 4.
Although the previous 3 were just as good.
Previously were just as good, they were just as awesome. But Uncharted 4 now giving you the rope swing between the different island platform things. And they brought a couple of different aspects that were different to it. But what I've always loved about the Uncharted games is because they got the live caption motion, little walkie things that they take with it, it feels more natural, more real compared to if you're having a look at some of the other games where they do it by computer.
That's the sort of generator.
You have a more of a life-like feel for me. But they have the actors, the voice actors who are doing the voices for the characters in these games are the people that are in the suits.
Okay.
So their voices matches their action. So I think that's why it just marries up so well.
Yes, I mean it's a brilliant. I enjoy like the parts, especially like in the bushes and doing the stealth. Like they've introduced a bit more option to stealth kill and creep around.
It's one of my favorites, and I'm sad to see that it actually might be the end of this era of Uncharted games in itself.
Yeah, so that was really one of the...
Definitely one of my top favourites, and we have that in store as well.
Any of the titles we've spoken about today, would you have?
Alright guys, from us.
And then...
we're not out yet.
No.
Oh, shut up.
Just a quick thing about E3, which got...
yes, E3.
Yeah.
Alright, so E3 was awesome.
Yes, tell us what you think about it, what you're looking forward to. Definitely I'm looking forward to certain titles, what Nintendo dropped. So I'll show you guys, like especially this for what's coming out.
Luigi's
Mansion. I haven't played any of them, but man, what I've seen from the trailers and what you can do.
Because you're getting into your Nintendo stuff now, so you...
Yeah, I'm just sort of like the Nintendo era, so I'm loving the Switch at the moment and what Switch is, especially Nintendo.
And there's obviously the different kinds of games that are going to be released and shown, trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the biggest thing for me though for E3, what I heard and read was that Microsoft saying that it wasn't the same without Sony being there, which says a lot about the company in itself of the corporation of Sony.
Yeah, but I think
what they've got their influence influence.
Yeah.
Influence of gaming, of what Sony has on it. I think Xbox just being there going, you know.
Yeah, well,
here
just
we
basically
are.
all they had was the new console,
Which is the Project Scarlet coming out.
yeah.
They say
2020.
2020.
That's, I guess we'll see.
We will see 2020.
Yeah, when it gets here.
Oh no, I don't actually. You know, they say PlayStation 5 should be end of 2020 sometime. I'm not worried until it's until it gets here.
Yes, no, definitely. And obviously, tell us, you know, what are you going to be going for? You know, the Stadia or Stadia?
Oh yeah, because
Stadia.
Because that's what Xbox Scarlet or Project Scarlet is going to be doing. Is actually competing with the Google Stadia or Stadia, however you pronounce it. Because of being the online situation.
But downloading games.
Online situation.
Yeah. Well, sorry, let's hear what you guys think about it. What do you prefer? Downloading, getting physical games?
Let's get physical. Games.
So,
So glad you added that.
Just so everybody's clear.
Sure.
And then, but let's think what you thought E3, you know, sort of what console you may be looking forward to getting in the news.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome, guys.
Guys, till next weekend.
Yeah,
We'll see you again. Alright. We're out.